Hi there, my name is Krista. I'm the author of The Radical Angel, A True Story. Please find links to my ebook, my social media sites, and another site to find your birth chart in full in the description box. You can contact me for personal readings on social media until my website goes live at the end of June. Please subscribe for weekly readings and for videos about other subjects that may appeal to you. This reading is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Take what resonates and leave the rest. I wish for all Cancerians success, joy, and wellness. I invoke spirits of love, light, and beauty. I call upon Archangels Michael, Gabriel, Metatron, and Uriel to guide this reading in peace, clarity, protection, and wisdom. I ask Gaia to bless this reading. I'll be using 3 decks today in a 3-card spread and the bottom deck card for the overall energy. Central issue 2 clarifiers on either end for these 2 decks. The Totem Animals Medicine cards, Wisdom of the Oracle cards, and Angel Oracle cards. We'll draw one from that at the very end for any additional messages from the angels. So without further ado, let's begin shuffling for general messages for Cancer for the week of April 8th until April 14th. We're looking for general messages for Cancer. So you may be more intuitive about words that I'm using or phrases I'm saying and even images that are illustrated on the cards that I'm not interpreting or paying attention to. So I encourage you to trust your intuition and follow those messages and interpretations that appeal to you or resonate with you, whether or not I'm touching on them or spending too much time on them. This is a general reading, so you may find the messages not so profound. If you're talking about, say, business or moving or houses, but on a spiritual level. So again, it's a general message for all Cancerians, so please take what resonates with you on a personal level. And if you want to look at your moon and rising in the birth chart in the description box, you can look up other readings that I've uploaded, and they might resonate with you a little bit as well. Or you may find more depth in the readings to look at your sun, moon, and rising signs. So again, general messages for Cancer for the week of April 8th to the 14th. Beautiful. So the Otter. Otter is number 8, and it's woman medicine. That is your central theme for this upcoming week. Very feminine card. It's the feminine card in the deck. It speaks to all things playful and feminine. And number 40, the Dolphin, which is mana, life-giving. So already, I do read numerology as well. So already we're looking at 2 foundational cards, 8 and 4. These are both incredibly foundational. So this is not about the spirit necessarily. This is about your foundational world. And then Deer. Wowie wow. Very foundational, Cancer. This is happening outside of you, your spiritual or emotional self in the real world. Gorgeous. And at the bottom is Ant, number 32, which is a spiritual number. So let's look more closely in depth in a moment once we shuffle out some additional cards. We're looking for a central issue with a general message for a Cancer for the week of April 8th to the 14th. All right, so the central issue is number 16, All That Glitters. And we'll just look at 2 clarifiers. Talk about All That Glitters. Number 16 in numerology is 7, which is magic. This is something that you can manipulate, either an idea or a concept or even the physical world. This is up for manipulation. So just be aware that you can change focus or change design or even change direction depending on what you truly want. Wonderful on either side. And at the bottom is never-ending story. So this might be something just as simple as something keeps cropping up that you got to get to the bottom of. It is number 37. That in numerology is 1. So this is something that belongs to you, is for you, and up to you. Number 13 to the right of your central issue is 4. It's another highly foundational card. This is very static in the real world. It is the card of the fork in the road. The central being the all that glitters. So those are 2 gem encrusted masks over a pile of gold. I guess you can get the main idea there. And then regeneration at 46. And that's the bottom of, it looks like a tree that's coming back to life after having gone through, say, an eruption of a volcano or something. So it's regenerating, but it has been through something or is going through something. And we have 4 times 6, which of course is, so or it could be 1. It could be the 4 plus, it could be another 1 card, something that belongs directly to you. And I'm saying that because it's next to another 1 card and magic, and you already have so much foundation with a little bit of spirituality or help from the spirits here. So I'm going to leave this as a 1, something that's happening within you, to you. Okay, so moving along, let's look closely at the 8, the central issue, which is the otter. I hope you can see her beautiful little face. She actually has a smile, and she's playing in placid water. She could be washing or just enjoying herself or playing with her friends. But this is the sweetheart card. This is someone who is just a sweetheart in the real world, someone who's very nice, very perceptive. So let's look at some of the words that the authors have chosen to describe the card. So this is woman medicine. It's female energy, balanced female energy. It's the personification of femininity. This animal will not start a fight unless attacked first. So it's, even though you're sweet and kind and cute and cuddly, you're not going to take any crap from anybody. You're not jealous, catty, you enjoy sisterhood. You appreciate and understand that all accomplishments are worthwhile. And you're able and willing to express joy for others. You are not interested in jealousy or catty behavior or any active anger that stems from fear. You are willing to let people be. You are being asked to be playful and allow things to unfold in your life. Stop your addiction to worrying. So remember how I said at the beginning, her look is just being playful and free and spirited, maybe even playing with her friends. It is about getting in touch with your sisters, with your friends. Your sisters could be your peer group. I don't have sisters, for example, but I consider all my girlfriends my sisters. So you could even have workmates, or it could be an actual blood relationship where you have a sister. But these people are really important in your life right now, and they bring a lot of good and joy into your life. It's asking you also to be really kind to yourself. So you spend a lot of time being kind to others and taking care of others, making sure everyone is happy and feeling honored and feeling appreciated, and this is just a gentle reminder to do so for yourself if you're not already. And to clarify, to the right is the dolphin. Gorgeous little dolphin flipping out of a little bit of a stormy ocean. But this is her natural habitat, so it might be a little bit stormy, but you've been here before. You've gotten through this before. So dolphin is saying next to, and again, another coquettish animal, another highly feminine animal, and I would even suggest the deer is too, to the left as a clarifier that we'll look at in a moment, but very deep feminine energy here that you're extremely comfortable with. Not just as a feminine sign, being a Cancer and the 4th house, you know, the sign of the home and the mother, but not just motherly, but sisterly and friend. So let's look at dolphin for a moment, see what they're saying about it. Dolphin is manna, like I said originally. It's the breath of life. It is the wave. It's a weaving. It's a way of breathing. It's frolicking, communication, mindfulness, energy patterns, and breaking existing negative patterns. So this is basically communication, what you give, what you get. Also what you're willing to receive and accept. Because it's so playful though, and it's full of life force energy, and it's very feminine. I'm going to suggest here, Cancer, that you're not going to put up with anything rough or untoward or mean even. You're not the type of person to call people names. You're not the type of person to reach out looking for a fight. You're interested in smoothing things over and making sure everyone feels comfortable and confident and happy and even playful. And let's look at this gorgeous card to the right. I'm so in love with the deer. Its keyword is gentleness. No big surprise, but just look at that perfect little face. They're so gentle and sweet and innocent. And interestingly enough, all of these animals are considered extremely innocent in nature. Powerful. I'm not saying innocent equals weakness. Innocence is its power, or is their power. So let's look at deer in depth just a moment here. Its keyword is gentleness. And what is deer asking you today? The power of gentleness to touch the hearts and minds of wounded beings. So this could very well be your sisterhood, your group. Fork in the road does mean a decision, so it could mean something that you're making a decision around, or you're listening to other people make decisions about. This needs to be met with gentleness and peace. And it's nudging. It's a healing card. It's not something that's going to tisk anybody. This is the card that's going to say, are you sure this is right for you? Is this what you want to do? How does this feel? This is a card that's interested. It's inquisitive about how other people feel. Or if you're applying this to yourself, and this isn't about anyone else in your life, and this is an internal card, this is about asking yourself, how do you feel? What do you need? Are you warm and caring? Do you need me to be warm and caring? So again, as clarifiers to the woman medicine card, I'm going to say that you are already deeply in tune with what not only you need, but what people around you need. So well done, Cancer. It looks like you've been doing some hard work around figuring yourself out. The Ant card is the card of 32. 3 times 2 is 6, and this is a highly spiritual card. And the key word for the ant is patience. Let's see what else the book has to say and the authors have to say about patience. But so far I can see that this is something that I believe strongly that you're already practicing. You've either been met with a wall, or you're up against something and you've learned this the hard way. Like, oh, I got to be patient or else. So you've learned it the hard way, or this is your nature. You're just a patient person. You're willing to go about gentle and friendships and knowing what to do next in a patient way because it already works for you, or this is coming into your life, or you're beginning to practice it now over the next week or so. So let's look if there's any additional terms that we need to know about ant. Patience does have its rewards. Ant people are planners. They're content to see their dreams built a little by little. Now this is genius because there are a lot of people, it doesn't matter the sign, it's a personality, it's an attitude. And Cancers may have even done this in the past to themselves. You want it all and you want it now and you don't have it, so get rid of it. Or it's not working fast enough, it's not the way I want it to look, be, act, sound, I'm not going to bother anymore. That attitude has to go. This is saying very clearly, you're sweet, you have everything that you need, you're kind, you're gentle, but if you're impatient, it will work against you. So have patience, foremost with yourself. But if this is about other people within your circle, have patience with them too, because they may not know how to be self-contained or self-controlled and sweet and accepting and powerfully gentle as you are. So have patience with other people who don't exhibit the same qualities as you, but also be fair with them. Ask them gentle questions to draw them out without making accusations or assumptions. So let's look at the bottom row. Your central card is all that glitters, and we know how that ends with gold. So everything that you think that you wanted, basically, this is going to ask to revisit it. Revisit it this week. Make sure this is something that isn't built on unstable territory and it's something that you want or need that is not about how other people interpret you, but about how you express yourself in the world for the purpose of expression, not how people will take you, what people are going to think of you, what it's going to get you, but for the sake of doing it, no matter what the reaction is. Fork in the road, 13. So we have a foundational card, and this is just about making a decision. Where are you going to go with the understanding that your fantasy may not be based in reality, whatever that fantasy is. You have a decision to make about it in the upcoming week. And then regeneration simply means that either the decision will be made for you and it'll all get burned down and you'll have to start again, theoretically speaking, or it's something that you will decide to do for yourself and be willing to start over because you have the patience to do that. So let's look at some of the keywords that are used that the authors and illustrators wrote about. So all that glitters. Its major keywords are a need to see beyond the superficial, the desire to don a mask or dress something up to disguise its true nature, trying to be something you're not, chasing after every sparkling new thing, being mercurial. So like I said originally, this is just about not being superficial, about trying to remain this person here. Who are you internally? And not being afraid to let this out and let people see you, because gentleness really is your strength. Gentleness and patience, woman medicine, and already knowing what exists within you is your strength, even though, guess what? The mad world that we live in right now, we consider all of these weaknesses. And this is saying, no. Not in the natural world, not in the spiritual world, not even in the world of manifestation are any of these weak. These are true strengths. So rely on these, what is internal to you and what is most precious to you. And that ought to be your guide. Really rethink why you're doing things. So let's look at the clarifier being the fork in the road, which is simply a decision that needs to be made. And the major words that the authors used were time to make a decision, considering the consequences as you prepare to act, owning up to your obligation to make a necessary choice. And to me, this just means movement. I have a feeling that you've already made the decision, or you're really comfortable. You've even taken the time and been sweet with yourself and everyone around you. You might even be okay with something being glittering and maybe falling apart. This is just saying, okay, act, do it then, go for it. Because the flip side of it is the regeneration, which is an undoing. But the undoing has to exist for the process to move forward. And its keywords are rebirth, second chances, and new opportunities. So not at all a negative card. This could be new opportunities because you're making a new decision, or simply because you're taking action. You're willing to take action around something that may bring you pleasure, may not work out the way you want it to, or bring you the gifts, whatever that means to you, that you desire. But guess what? You're going to make that decision anyway, and it's a second chance for you. And it's either going to bring new opportunities, or that second chance will be the new opportunity. So whatever you do, don't sit on your laurels and don't be patient to the point of inaction. Action has to be taken in order to move ahead. And the never-ending story at the end is 37. So we're looking at numerology number 1. This is something that's strictly about you in your life, that you are in control of. So number 1 is you. Your thoughts, your actions, your mind, your habits, your past, your future. Nothing that's coming from the outside. And the never-ending story is merely speaking to self-criticism, the wounded ego, and unnecessary dramas. And I'm going to suggest that this is something that you need to be aware of, especially self-criticism, in order to put it aside. I'm a big fan of Louise Hay, and Louise Hay says in one of her audio tapes about how to love yourself, that the number 1 out of 10, the number 1 thing to do to love yourself is to stop all criticism. And I've been listening to her for years, and that stuff is life-altering. If you apply that every day, if you make a habit of saying that every day, stop all criticism. It's okay to be a critical thinker. This is important, to be a critical thinker. It's okay to put things in their place. It's okay to see what's happening next. But to be self-critical to the point of inaction, or being afraid of what you really want, or being afraid of something even glowy or wonderful, or that might happen, or even being afraid of not knowing what's going to happen, being what keeps you stuck, or what people think of you, or what people will say about you, or getting entangled in unnecessary dramas. Again, these could very well be relationships with other people where you're patient and you're kind and you know what to say and you're gentle, but there's still unnecessary drama around you. This could be as simple as, like I said, numerology number 1, remove yourself. Remove yourself from those situations where there is criticism, wounded egos, and unnecessary drama, whether that's in your own mind, your own heart, or within your circles or establishment, because this is not serving you. That never-ending story, the self-criticism, I'm telling you, it's going to get you to the same place you've always been. It's not going to solve a problem. Again, don't misinterpret self-criticism with critical thinking. Critical thinking is necessary. Self-criticism is drama. It is drama. It is adding to a drama. It is adding to a wounded ego, and it's not going to serve you. So be willing to put that chaos aside, the dramatic chaos aside. So let's look at an additional message from the Healing with the Angels Oracle cards for our Cancerians for the week of April 8th to April 14th. Any additional messages for Cancerians for the week of April 8th to April 14th? And here we are. Oh, lovely. And this is just gorgeous right now because it speaks so much to me regarding the top row. This is the card of playfulness, and there are literally 3 little cherubs playing around in the sky, just having a ball. And how important is it for all of us to remember to be playful, the playful, coquettish medicine woman, woman medicine, the joyfulness, the mana, the having all the answers and the secrets, the gentleness, the patience, being willing to take action, being willing to have things fall apart and start over. Second chances is so important, and not being critical about it with yourself. And this is simply saying, you know what, if you can infuse the next week and all the energies that comes with it with a sense of playfulness, and I'll even add gratitude, nothing can touch you, Cancer. Nothing can bring you down. You might even be your own worst enemy right now with the critical thinking. And if you have the courage to quit those messages and to say, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to say nice things to myself, or I'm going to think of positive ways to get through difficult times. This will be your guide. Turn to playfulness. If you find yourself getting too serious or caught up in drama or caught up in negative thinking or caught up in what if you know, this happened before, I don't want it to happen again because it was so terrible. Replace it. Replace it with a sense of playfulness, and you'll find in your own heart emanating outward, you'll have a better grasp on even any issues that come up, but you'll also be able to maintain and retain the simple and the eloquent joyfulness that is within your heart. This is truly something that resides inside you, and don't be afraid to let it show. As I said at the beginning, these in our mad world are considered weaknesses, but they're not. The reality is that knowing, joy, sensitivity, sisterhood, gentleness, and patience and playfulness, think about it. Those are real strengths. Those are real strengths. These are problem solvers, and these attitudes will get you through anything. So trust in yourself, Cancer. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I look forward to seeing you back in a week for your next weekly reading. Take care.